set up on a computer. And this song is fitting for what I'm about to talk about. Help me, help me, help me to finish well. All right, let's bring this out. What's up, y'all? Man, I got so much going on in my brain. Like, I just been in, like, quiet time. And God been talking to me, y'all. Like, it's amazing. Like, people always be like, well, how do I know God talking to me? You get into this space, the further you get into your walk, and it's just like, it's God, because it's deep. Like, it be deep. The conversations that I be having, they deep. Like, on a whole different level of deep. So the other day, I'm sitting and I'm thinking, well, I'm just sitting, well, you know, I'm in my me time. We're going to call it that. That's what we're going to call it, okay? If you know, you know. But we're going to call it my me time. So I'm in my me time, right? And I'm sitting. And God just was like, I be giving him everything. I give him stuff for free. Like free. Just free, right? And I'm like, okay, we know that. Like, well, what are you talking about? School, y'all. School. It came to me. He was like, I be giving people free school. I give them the free will to learn and to know that they got to be knowledgeable, to know to be teachable. So I get them kindergarten through 12th grade to let them know, look, you got to keep doing this. I give you a little break, and you could take a break, but you got to keep feeding yourself. You got to keep growing and keep learning and keep doing this, right? School, right? I'm like, all right, God, but what do that got to do with anything? That don't have to do with nothing that I got going on, right? So then he's like, but it do. You still got to be teachable. And you going to always have to be teachable because I'm putting you in position. School is to put us in position. And the moment that we stop being teachable, we lose our position. I wasn't even going there, but that's where I'm going. The moment we stop being teachable, we lose our position. So God's like, I got to keep having you learn so that you can always be in position because I'm doing some things for you. I'm always doing some things for you. Whether you see it or not, I'm always doing some things for you. But I need you to be in position when I give it to you so that you can do what you need to do for it. It's all about position, right? All right, God. So what you want me to know about the school and teaching, right? Yeah. I'm the teacher. But I got to keep learning so that I can teach. That's what he's showing me. So I bought my first Bible. I ain't got no Bible. I got the Bible app on my phone. I don't have no Bible. I got a Bible app. And I'm making videos and content about trying to bring y'all to God. And my teacher told me that you not in position. I done put some things in place to get you there. But you got to be willing to learn a little bit more. And the way that you learn a little bit more is you go get this book called the Bible. The one you've been trying to stay clear. Because I'm like, if I get the Bible, y'all, then they're going to be like, she church, she this, she that. But nah, it ain't. And God is always just showing and revealing to me now, it's not about them. It's about me. You move how I tell you to move because that's when you in position. So then I go back. All right, teacher, school, got to learn. Be willing. Buy your Bible. Obedience. Position. I keep hearing all these things on position. Everything I'm listening to is about a position. So I'm like, all right. So you want me to know how you put me in position. Okay. Because you want me to share that with them. Because that's how they going to learn and understand what the position is, right? Okay, God, I see, but how was you positioning me? So I'm listening to church this morning. I know how he was positioning me. My man put me in position. Because I had everything. I told y'all I had everything. Family, kids, husband, house, car, jobs, traveling the world, date night, you name it, babysitters, you name it, I had it all. I didn't have God though. So God put me in a position where I was going to need him. I ain't even no preacher, y'all, but I be over here like wowing myself for what I be understanding. So he put me in position to need him. I gave you these things, but I need you to need me so that I can position you to where you need to go. I'm positioning you. You know, it's like one of them things. You go get your number at the NBA and they give you different tickets. You go to different counters and all that other stuff. And it puts you in a position. Your number puts you in a position, right? That's all life is. We get put in a position. And then you know how sometimes somebody's number get called before you and you mad and you angry. You like, but they called my number, excuse me. Why was they going before me? Why I was here, blah, 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 blah. It's a whole long story. But the person at the counter don't really care. They just know that your number was called. That's it. They don't care about who got here first and all of that other stuff. God don't care about who got here first and all of that. Somebody could be at your job and get promoted before you. But it's about that position. What you going to do when you in that position? Do you have your paperwork ready? Do you have your documentation ready? Do you have everything ready so when they call your number, you prepared? So that's what God was showing me. I wasn't prepared. I had my number. But I kept getting pushed and pushed to the back of the line because my mind wasn't right. My heart wasn't right. So everything else wasn't going to be right. My position was getting pushed further. No matter how good my life looked on the outside to whoever, and even to me, my position was back here. I wasn't in first. And I thought I was in first place. Psych. God was like, nah, sis, we about to do some things. Because I'm taking you somewhere. And now I see it. I see where he was taking me to a time like this. So he like, yeah, sis, I got to put you in position. But in order for you to be put in position, I got to break you down so that you need me. Because I need you to need me. Because when you're in position, the position includes me. The position includes everything. When you are ready, you will have everything that you need to be equipped. All my paperwork, all my documentation. They can't push me back to the line because I'm here. I'm ready. My number is called. So, divorce. Divorce was used to put me in position. And God was trying to show me. I was worried about my ego was so inflated. My pride was so up, y'all, that I couldn't even see what God was trying to do in me. I'm like, but no, I was this wife. I was that, y'all. I was this. I loved him. I did this and we did this and I gave him the... God said, that don't matter. Because he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And he got a wife, but he ain't got a good thing. He got a Lauren thing. He don't got a God thing. Because a good wife is in connection with God. A good person is in connection with God. And God is in control in their life. Lauren was in control in our life. And God was like, I put you in, I put you in position. I gave you the husband. I gave you the wife. I'm the wife, excuse me. I gave you the husband. I gave you the kids. I gave you everything. But you're not doing with what I need you to do. So you're going to lose your position. He pushed me to the back of the line, right? Divorce. Single mom. All of that. Me. And I could not figure it out, y'all. But until I figured out that I needed God to get through what I was going through, I was sad. Because I was trying to figure it out on my own. Why he don't like me. Why he don't love me. What did I do to deserve this? He can't give me them answers. Nobody can give me them answers. I'm calling my friends. You know why nothing that people tell you make you feel better? Because God really just wants you to talk to him so that he can tell you through your actions, through your mind and all that, what to do. Because you'll feel better. You give people that they don't know because they telling you what they would do. They don't know. How can you could trust somebody else and what they tell you to be good and control your life. But the person who created your life and knew everything that was going to happen in your life, you can't give him enough control. I mean, so that's that. But yeah, so control. He had to strip my life and show me he was in control. So, all right, boom, you putting me in position. So right before I was about to get divorced, I got a new job. New job, y'all. They called me. They was like, yeah, girl, you got the job. Ironically enough, my supervisor was out because his son had had a heart attack. So I'm trying to leave my job while he out. He convinced me to stay. Little did I know, I see what God was doing. I'm like, all right, I hate it here, God, but all right. My supervisor was so nice during this period of time. He leave and understood what I was going through. He was just trying to free me from what I was stuck. He saw me coming to work slowly but surely deteriorating my mind, my body, everything. My performance at work was bad. I was bad. Like, I was just a bad person. Like, poison. When this toxic word that they got, it's true. We all toxic in a sense, but are you going to get the poison and the toxicity out your body, or are you going to allow it to keep deteriorating you until we know what poison does? It kills you, right? So I get the job. My supervisor's like, no, well, not even his supervisor, because he wasn't there. His supervisor convinces me to stay. So, all right, I stay. Well, God knew I needed to stay because during this time period, I'm going through a divorce. Like, literally going through a divorce, y'all. Well, separation started with separation. I didn't get divorced till like 2 years after the separation. But this is where I cling on to God. I started learning. People was like, go to church, Lord. I already knew about church. But God can't fix nothing for me because I had to fix everything for myself, make me feel better, make me feel this, because I had people around me, but I never felt nobody really had me because, my adoption story and all of that. So I started relying on God, and I'm like, God, I trust you and I believe you, but please make me feel better, please. He was like, just be patient. I remember this girl telling me, she was like, girl, you what? 2 months? That ain't nothing. Like, no. And I'm like, girl, what? You don't live this. Yes, it is. That was wisdom. That was God speaking to me then. Because honestly and truly, 2 months is nothing. When God is in it and doing a good thing, you got to be patient. You got to trust the process because it's about being in position. That's why my number keep putting back. I wasn't in position. So I'm going to church and I'm doing all this, and God is he's changing me, slowly but surely. But the devil, like I said, the enemy will pull you back from position. The enemy don't like when people get ahead, their number get called up, because then that means you can't be at the back of the line with shorty partying. In the back of the line, you be partying. At the front of the line, they on their P's and Q's because everybody can see them, right? Yeah. So the devil was pulling me back. Every chance he got, he was like, oh no, sis, they hurt your feelings. Remember, you got to be about it. You got to be about that life. You got to tell them. And my little anger, I'm like, yeah, I got to be, because y'all think I'm weak and y'all can't mess with me. And y'all, bro. And God was like, no, girl, I'm trying to grow you. So stop letting that stuff like taint you. Stop. I'm trying to grow you. I'm telling you about the church. You going to church every Sunday. You reading the word. You doing devotionals. Stop. Because you know that stuff not right. And look what happens every time that you be doing that stuff. I'm trying to get you in position. All right. So I'm starting more. And what happens is I would read my word and all of that stuff. But then I just get tired. Like I really would, because it wasn't happening. And every time I got tired, I got pushed back. Fast forward. I get divorced. But your girl starts really getting serious. Because I need some things to change still, man. Like, I'm feeling better and I'm seeing this, but I'm praying about some things, God, and you're telling me that I need to do this, but I'm not seeing the result of what you're telling me to do, right? Position. He's still putting me in position, right? To trust him. Because there's always going to be some things I need him to do. And sometimes he can't do what I need him to do it right away, because he's doing some things behind the scenes that we ain't aware of. Putting me in position, trust him. So now, right now, I'm in a position he was putting me in a position of trusting him. Like, look, it's not always going to go your way. But if I'm in it, trust me, I got you. You're going to get the intended results. All right. So I'm trusting. I'm learning to trust him. Things is happening. I'm seeing things changing in my life. Boom. I started applying for jobs because I'm changing. This atmosphere is changing. I'm seeing what you are growing me into now. This is about a year and a half later. I'm going to give you a timetable. A year and a half later, I started applying for jobs because COVID and all that. And we about to go back to work. And I'm like, I can't go back in there. I've been home. I need this. Like, this is nice. I like working from home. God was putting me in position because my job was going back. But let him blow your mind how he was putting me in position. So he's mentally growing me. So my sermon today, this is why I said everything has to do with position. And I call this is going to be called booked and busy. Because, like, if you get in position, you got to be booked and you got to be busy. But you got to be booked and busy with the right things so that you can have your number and be ready and get put more and more to the front of the line. Right? So you got to be booked and busy with right things so that your documentation, your paperwork's lined up when you get called. So Pastor Battle said, when you getting put, he didn't say when you getting put in position, but this is what I got out of it. God is growing you with wisdom and mental growth, physical growth, spiritual growth, and social relational growth. I was getting put in position, right? I was growing mentally. God, I was in therapy this whole time, during the pandemic, all of that. Like therapy, going to therapy for 2 years. My mind was growing though. My therapist was challenging me. When I started crying, what you crying for? And some might say that's mean and abrasive, but no, what are you crying for? What's triggering you? What's making you cry? So now I'm challenged to think. And now I want to know, all right, so if I feel this way, how do other people feel? Now I'm learning emotional things so that God has grown me mentally. So when I bring you someone, you can see, oh, this is what they struggling with because you struggle with the same thing. And this is why this reaction is this way. This is why this is this way. God was showing me mentally, it's not about me. None of this is about you. Everything is to grow you. You keep having these problems because I'm trying to grow you. When you learn what it is that I'm trying to teach you, you won't have these problems no more. They'll become less and less. All right, I got the mental piece. And now I'm getting wisdom because God is putting people in places. My therapist, I done had a whole bunch of therapists, but this one particular therapist was wise. He was wise in what I needed in that moment. So God sent him to me because he pushed me further than any therapist I've ever been. So when y'all get a therapist, make sure the therapist is the right one for you because I went through different ones. But some will give you comfort. That's not going to grow you. Some will agree with everything that you're saying. That's not going to grow you. And then there's the ones that will challenge you. You need to be challenged. If you feel uncomfortable, that's a good therapist. Stick with them because the work that you got to do, that person sees it. And they're going to push you to where you need to be. So now I'm getting all these other people. Now I'm eager to learn. I want to be wise. I want to be wise because intelligence and wisdom is two different things. We get it confused. Intelligence is one thing. Wisdom is another thing. Intelligence is, oh, well, this is how this happens. And wisdom is life experience. So life experiences teaches you. It grows you, right? Because you don't want to experience certain things ever again in life. And the only way you do that is through wisdom, right? So then my physical growth. I'm going to the gym. I'm steadily physically growing and producing my mind. Like I'm releasing stuff from me. Like I'm pushing myself to new heights. So now I'm showing myself, Lauren, you stronger than you ever thought you were. All them tears and all of that, you're stronger than that. Because look what you're doing. You pushing your body physically to new heights. And now you physically watching your body change. God was allowing me to see my physical change to know that he was growing me. That's the only way I can comprehend it. Like, he wanted me to see that. Look what you're doing. Look what you're capable of doing. So if you can do that through this in the gym, imagine what you can do when you change your mind. Imagine what you can do when you change yourself in these positions that you're in. Everything's going to change. So when you put your mind and your power and everything to it, your strength to it, it has no room but to change, right? Okay. Spiritual. So now, like I said, I'm baptized. God said, whoa, that wasn't for the people. That was for me. Because now you made a commitment to me. You're mine. You really mine. So now I'm going to fight hard for you. But you got to be willing. You got to be ready. You got to be ready to take notes. Because I'm the teacher and you're the student right now. And remember the teacher-student analogy? That's the only way I can relate this to y'all. I was being a student. I had to go back to school. Because I had to learn how to change my mind. I had to learn how to change my heart. Because your girl was mad. F everybody. I was about to put my middle finger up. Because I'm working on it. I don't even use my middle finger no more. But that's how I felt. F everybody. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. And you can get it because you could get it. And everybody could get it. I was mad at the world. But all them things, the mental growth, the physical growth, it was tying into my spiritual growth. Now I got to free up this space in my heart. God, what? I hate them. Like, no, I don't like them. Look what they did to me. God was like, no. I had them do that to you. Because I needed you to see some things. I needed you to realize some things because I'm putting you in position. Position to do this, to share these things with people so that they understand. Because people, there's not a person out there that can explain it like you. There's not a person out there that can reach these people that you're reaching like you do. So I need you to put you in position because I need you to be wise. You always got to be wise, right? So socially, he started growing me. Started putting me in position with people, putting me in rooms with people, having me meet people. One of my spiritual family, I got a spiritual family, y'all. What? I ain't never ever heard of that until now. But they are spiritual parents. Their growth is connected to my spiritual growth. Like they want to grow me in every area of my life, and like we have deep conversations about what we realize and all of that. But they've taken my spirituality to the next level. So you see, God put you in positions, and I met the lady at my church in the daycare, and then this is how intentional God is. I didn't really pay her no attention in. She worked at my job. What? So you really want me to be connected to her? And boom. Like she's a miracle in my life. God bless her. I thank God for her. Shout out to Alicia. I had to just say her name. Shout out to Alicia. And shout out to Milo. Fruitful family. Like, y'all check them out. Doing a good thing. Doing a good thing. But back to position. So yeah. Now, back to the job, right? Telework and all that. I'm looking for jobs. So I put my resume out there on USA Jobs. A whole bunch of them. I got like a phone call. I got two calls about jobs. And they were good jobs. They were two government agencies and all of that. But I was still growing during this time. Like, I was still a little depressed about where I was living in and all of that stuff. And some things just wasn't working out. But I was in a good space. Literally in a good space. This was last year. Last year around this time probably. Because I remember being in my apartment doing one of the interviews. And I was excited. And it was good practice. So I got an interview. Never heard nothing back. But all along at my job, I got to change at my job because y'all hated my job. My supervisor was a nice person, wonderful person, but oh my God. Oh my God, like literally. So I'm having to be strong at my job, right? Because I can't quit. I need my job. Like, but God is growing me in these situations. Like everything that he was the wisdom, the mental growth, the physical growth, the spiritual growth, it was helping those situations get better and better. So the same situations was happening, but I was getting stronger and stronger. So, okay, back to the interviews. So yeah, I get 2 interviews, nothing back. Last one, I don't remember what around the time it was, but it was somewhere in the summertime. So I'm like, dang, God, I really got to stay at this job. You want me to stay here because, excuse me, you're not making nothing move. Like, why we got to be here still, right? So stay at the job. But I'm getting in position because everything is changing about me. I'm getting good. I'm getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in my walk. November, I get a phone call, y'all. phone call from the Department of Transportation. Okay, my current job. And I'm like, bad. My dad used to work there. Yeah. Hey, daddy, I got an interview with the Department of the Transportation. He was like, for real. And I was like, yeah, you'll never guess. I got an interview in the NHTSA department doing blah, 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 blah. And this is the person that called me. He was like, who? I said, blah, 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 blah. He was like, stop playing. I trained her. I was like, no, for real. Y'all, I'm psyched, right? Go back to my desk because she's sending me an interview thing. I'm like, oh, Dad, look, such and such and such and such. I know 3 of them. Okay. Now, let me run it back real quick because in this season in my life right now, like, I prayed about calling the lady back because I'm like, God, your will, not mine, because I'm learning, right? I told you he was putting me in position, so he put me in position to trust him. So at this point, I'm like, I trust you. All right, boom. So I call her back. That's what she tells me all of this all stuff. And I found out all this stuff. The day of the interview, no exaggeration. I told y'all, I'm praying about everything. I said, God, if this for me, you let it be for me. I said, you show up, your words, not mine, like for real. And then some other events was happening. I don't know how much time I got left on my video, so I'm trying to speed it up. But some other things started happening. So boom, they pop up on the call. It ain't 4 people on there though. It's 3 people. And y'all know the 3 people? Guess who they was? The 3 people my father knew and trained. You see what I'm saying about position? You see how God was setting me up for position? That's why I didn't get none of them other jobs. Because he was still growing me mentally. He was still growing me physically. He was still growing me spiritually. And he was still growing me relationally so that I could be in position for this, right? Now I can't embarrass myself. I can't be bad. Like, my father know these people. He trained them. So that's a reflection of him. You see the connection? My father was trained by my father because that's how they raised me, to be respectful, to be polite, to know about God, to know all of that. Position all along. My father, God gave me them parents for this moment, right? You know what I'm saying? For this very moment. That's why I'm saying position. Everything's about position. And we be mad about what he be doing. I was mad I was adopted. For what? Because he was putting me in position for this. All right, back to the story. So I'm in position, right? I'm in this interview. I can't tell y'all nothing these people talked about. I don't remember what I said to them, none of that. All I know is I needed a job, contract specialist job, because that's what I do. I ain't worked in the government in 10 years. I worked for the school system. So it's not even similar and the same. Yeah, we buy stuff, but the rules, regulations, all that stuff ain't the same. So I just remember at the end of the interview, telling them, thank you. Thank you for this. And I hope y'all think I'm the best person for the job. Y'all know exaggeration. God was all up in that interview because there was a little couple references throughout there that God showed up. But they found out that was my father, right? So at the end, the one guy says, I just want to thank you. You've been the highlight of my day. He said, thank you for being the light. Thank you. You keep doing that. And I'm like, oh, y'all, I got off the call. I didn't even care if I got the job. You see, it wasn't about the job at that moment. It was about what they saw in me. It showed me that God was real. He was present. For him to say that the light, I was the dark, man. I told you I was out here crazy. I was out here wilding out the dark. But God did a good thing in me. He grew me mentally. He grew me physically. He grew me spiritually. He grew me socially for that moment. Because had I got that interview, I would have effed it up. Had none of those things been right, I would have effed it up. And I would have disappointed not only my father, because he knew these people and trained them, but I would have disappointed my heavenly Father because he was training me. He was putting me in position for that moment to be the light. To be the light. So they called me back like a month later. I ain't hear nothing from them. And people's like, oh, so did you hear? No, I didn't hear, but I don't care, right? Because God showed me it's all, just be patient. Be patient. I got you because I'm in this. A month later, they called me back. Hi, we'd like to offer you the job. Position. You see what I'm saying? Position. All them no's was setting me up for position. All them tears I cried was setting me up for position. But I had to be willing to be taught. I had to be willing to learn. I had to know that I needed God to be in position. I had to change some things about me so that my number could get called. My number wasn't getting called. because I wasn't pleasing God. Now my number is getting called. I'm in position. Everything connected to me is a part of my position. This moment right now, me talking to you, is a part of my position. So when God tells y'all no, you got to stop being mad. When God keep giving you the same situation, you got to stop getting mad. Because every time your number is getting pushed back, you losing your position. Are you ready to get in position so that you can get your position? So that you can get everything that's yours. So you can get everything that God got connected to your name. When he's separating you from people, separation don't mean you got to be lonely. I had to be lonely. I had to be separated. Y'all, I had to sit in my house and cry. My kids, he took my kids on the weekends, but he's needed me to be quiet. He needed me to sit still in that time because he was using that time to put me in position. I cried, y'all. Nights I cried. Like, what did I do to deserve this? But God says, stop worrying about what you did. Worry about what you can do. And right now you have the power. You can change. You can change your situation. All you need is me. That's what you didn't have before. I was there, but you didn't have me. Now your light can shine bright because you're in position. What a time to be alive because you're in position. So start getting in position, y'all. God is putting you in position. Start changing your mind. Start changing your heart so you can be ready. So you can have all your documentation. I know it's hard. Man, trust me. I'm the first person to say it's hard. It's hard, yes. But I got to stay connected. It's like your charger. It's hard for your phone to keep charging and keep giving you the battery life if it ain't charged up. It got to be connected to the charger. Sometimes we get a bad phone and we got to stay connected to the charger. It's like life support. When you get a bad heart, you got to be on life support sometimes. You got to stay connected. That's what this life is about. Staying connected. Staying connected so that you can always be in a position to learn so that you can get your next. You got to get your next. But the only way that God can give you your next is if he can trust you with your now. A lot of us can't move to the next because we can't even be responsible with the now. We want more money on our job. We can't get more money on our job because God is giving us the money and we're not even responsible with it. True story. I didn't have no paycheck for a month and a half, right? True story. But God was teaching me obedience. He was putting me in position for a time. And right before this, I said, God, help me be a better steward of my money. Because I was blowing my money. Crafty Crab was getting all my money. I was in there every week at the Crafty. What's up? Getting a bag. All of that. But I was like, God, I make too much money to not be having no savings and to be doing this and doing that. So I said, help me. Help me be a better steward of my money. He said, all right, I got you, sis. But I put your faith and your obedience in position for this. So you asking me for this, so I need you to be prepared. Because when it's done, you're going to get it. You're going to get what I desire, what you desire. But I got to put you in position. So he put me in position for that. Y'all, I ain't had no paycheck. But I was obedient as hell. Obedient. Y'all, I gave the homeless lady my last $5. And I learned about that. When we see, I used to be like, oh, they begging for money, they this, they that. God taught me something real good during this season, right? It's about obedience. You worried about what the person going to do. You not in control of that. I'm in control. I told you to do this because I need you to do it for a reason. I need to see what you going to do. When you have this, when you down at your last, because that's when it counts. I need to see what you going to do. Gave that lady my $5. I was going to Chick-fil-A with my $5. I was going to get me a kid's meal because I deserved it, right? God showed me, give it to her. And I'm going to give you a few words to say to her. And then that's it. You be done with it because this ain't about you. It ain't about her. It's about me. Give her the $5. I wasn't getting no check till Tuesday. At this point, I told you I ain't had no check for a whole month, but my mortgage been paid, my bills been paid, everything been paid, right? Because he been putting me in position to be obedient, right? I'm going to tell y'all, I just been getting money left and right. I ain't even going slice it, like left and right, left and right, left and right. I tithed during that time when I ain't getting no paycheck. I gave a couple people money during that time when I ain't had no paycheck. whatever God put on my heart during that time, out of obedience. And every time I was like, but God, for real, I don't have no money. You want me to do this? He said, you have everything you need. I'm asking you to do something. I need you to do it. You're in position to do it. So do it. Remember y'all position. I've been talking for a long time. And this went way more than what I even intended to do. But y'all, position. I'm getting my Bible because I'm in position to teach. I'm finna teach y'all. We in school. School is in session. Get y'all notebooks. Get y'all pen and paper. We ready. God is letting you see this video because he wants you to learn. He said you in position. Get your notepad because what I'm about to do for you will blow your mind. But I need you to learn some things. I need you to grow. I need you to grow with mental growth. I need you to grow with physical growth. I need you to grow spiritually. And I need you to grow socially, relational. I need you to lose some things for your position. And when you're in position, and when your number is called, you're going to understand why I had you do those things. So I need you to trust me. I need you to believe me. I need you to hear everything that I'm saying to you right now. I need your mind to be clear. I need you to be by yourself. I need you to be alone. Because that's the only way that you can hear me. Those who will be there for you, they'll be there for you when the season is over. And then you'll bless them. They'll have favor connected to them because you have favor. So come on, y'all. Let's get prepared. I'm trying to close this out, but I just... The spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. I'm trying to free y'all, man. Free y'all. Yeah. I love y'all, man. Hey, I got a new one too, y'all. Y'all my besties. We besties. Go bestie. Go bestie. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Because my best friend be getting me right. So since my best friend gets me right, I'm getting y'all right. So stick with me, y'all. We going to keep learning because it's about to get real. I got the Bible. I'm about to be on fire. It's like, no. All right. I love y'all. Peace out. You got this. God got you. See y'all next time.